See how the sauce is popping? Pop, 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 pop. That's when you know you got a good sauce. This one is one of my favorites, especially in the colder months. The slow cooked meat, the dandelion, it's just perfect. Just warms the soul, or warms my soul. So today it's a slow Sunday, and today we're gonna make a nice sugo di carne. We have some time. This meat needs to cook for 2-3 hours, so that's what we're gonna do. I don't wanna put it over pasta because I'm not in the mood for pasta. So I got this beautiful loaf of bread, and we're gonna make some bruschette. And in order to make it a complete meal, I picked up some dandelion because I love dandelion. It's the closest thing I can get to cicoria, like cicoria romana. But if you don't like dandelion, you could use broccoli rabe, spinach. I just feel like we need a green. We got to eat more greens. So this really is my type of Sunday dish or meal. We're gonna have some nice beef, slow cooked, that's gonna fall apart in the sauce. We're gonna be able to spread it on the bread, put a little Parmesan cheese. We could put some greens on the bread. I mean, it's picky if you have friends, family. It's really like a party on the table. So not only is it a lazy meal, it doesn't really require much effort. All you really have to do is prep this and let it cook. It's great. I love it. All right, so first off, let's run through the ingredients of this dish. We have a nice loaf of ciabatta bread here. Pick up your favorite bread. This is gonna be the base of our dish. Beef chuck, I got this cubed already. You could buy a big piece of beef chuck, cube it up yourself, whatever you prefer. The Holy Trinity, the Soffrito, that's gonna give our sauce a nice flavor. We're also gonna add in some bay leaves in there. The dandelion, and like I said, if you can't find, or if you don't like dandelion, if you can't find dandelion, you could use broccoli rabe, spinach. I feel like we just need a green. And you can't eat a green without sauteing it in garlic. The passata, you're gonna need a whole jar of passata. And red wine, we're gonna need red wine to deglaze and also give the meat some flavor. And then you're also gonna need some pantry staples. You're gonna need some salt, pepper, and olive oil. All right, so let's start chopping up our sofrito. We're gonna cube up this onion into nice small pieces. We're gonna cube up the celery, nice and small. And the carrot. We'll get some nice cubes here too. Sofrito's ready. Let's make our sugo di carne. A little olive oil. Now we'll add in the meat. So first we're going to sear the meat so that we could lock in the flavor. Try to get a nice color on the meat before we add in the vegetables. Because if we add in the vegetables right now, the vegetables are just going to burn. All right, so our meat is looking good. It's starting to pick up some color. It's time to add in our sofrito. Give it a nice stir. All right, so now that our sofrito is in, let's season it up with a little salt and pepper. And a half a cup of red wine. We're gonna let that wine evaporate, and then we're gonna add in the sauce. So all the wine looks like it's evaporated. It's looking great. Smells amazing. The meat's got a nice color. The carrots are starting to release their sugar. The wine. We're ready for the sauce. Now we're gonna add in a whole jar of tomato passata and some water. Let's add a little more water. Now we're gonna add in a little salt, season the sauce a little bit. Bay leaves. We're gonna bring it to a boil. We're gonna put it on low. We're gonna cover it and let it cook for 2 to 3 hours. The longer it cooks, the better it's gonna be. So now that we brought it to a boil, we're gonna cover it. We're gonna turn down the heat and we're gonna let it cook. The longer it cooks, the better it'll taste. So the meat's cooking. We got about 2 hours. We got some time. We could drink some wine. Like I said, it's a slow Sunday. We're gonna prep the dandelion, get the bread going. I mean, who knows? We got a lot of time. So we're gonna chop up this dandelion. I'm gonna cut this in 3. I'm gonna throw it in a large pot. And we're gonna boil this first and then fry it in olive oil and garlic. So dandelion's cooking, meat's cooking. Let's cut up this bread. Look at that bread. So this is gonna be our base for our slow dinner today. We're serving up, there's no plates today. We're serving our dinner up on a loaf of bread. So we cut up our bread. We got these nice thick pieces. These are great. They're very rustic. I love it. We're gonna throw them on a baking sheet. We're gonna give them a nice toast. I'm just putting olive oil, but if you wanna add oregano or some other herbs, garlic, you go for it. But the meat, the greens, it's got a ton of flavor. I don't think we need it. So the dandelion's ready. We boiled it. Looks perfect. Now we're ready to fry it up in olive oil and garlic. This is dandelion ripassata, which means cooked twice. It's cooked once, and now we're gonna cook it twice with the olive oil and garlic. Garlic and oil is nice and hot. Let's add in the dandelion. Stir this up a little bit, get the garlic. We don't want to burn the garlic. Season it with a little salt. This looks perfect. Now we're going to set this aside. And now let's check on our meat. Looks perfect. See how the sauce is popping? Pop, 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 pop. That's when you know you got a good sauce. Some of the meat's actually falling apart in here. Let's check the meat. Let's grab one. Let's check it out. Oh my God, it's just all falling apart. Now this would be a good time, if you wanted to throw this over pasta, we could squash all this in here and we'll have a nice meat sauce. All right, here we go. Look at that. Looks good. Perfect. Now we're gonna add our meat to a bowl. Look at that. This meat's falling apart. So now we got our dandelion. Look at that. Put this nice on a plate. Wow. Looks perfect. All right, so we need a spoon for the meat and a fork for the dandelion. We got our bread. Let's set up a nice platter here with the toasted bread. And that's it. All right, guys, so a couple hours passed. This is our slow dinner. We're ready to eat. I'm actually hungry. Let's grab a piece of bread, and we're gonna put a little meat on this bread. All right, so let's get that meat right on there. Look at that. This looks perfect. This looks perfect. All right, guys, dinner's ready. I'm starving. I can't wait to dig into these. This is my lazy Sunday slow meal. I mean, I love taking a loaf of bread and then turning it into a full meal. That's kind of what I do from time to time. This one is one of my favorites, especially in the colder months. The slow cooked meat, the dandelion, it's just perfect. Just warms the soul. It warms my soul. So I can't wait to dig in. Let's grab one. And I kind of cut these bread a little bit big. So I'm gonna cut them in half. All right. It's a moment of truth. Words can't describe how good this is. It's so good. And I almost forgot about the dandelion. Let's cut that up. Like that. Guys, the dandelion, don't sleep on it. It's really good. It's bitter. It's got that garlic. It tastes like I'm in Rome right now. I feel like I'm in Rome and I'm having cicoria ripassata. I'm not gonna lie. And if you were thinking of subbing it out for like broccoli rabe or spinach, don't. Try it. Trust me, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it so much you're gonna wind up throwing it in soups. I throw it in everything. So if you try my recipe, let me know how you like it in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.